So you're considering a move to the Lake Travis area. Maybe you've been scrolling through those incredible waterfront listings, thinking about boat days and hill country views, or maybe your coworkers won't stop raving about that lake living in those top tier schools. But here's what they don't mention, and this might completely change your perspective. Actually, living around Lake Travis is nothing like what you see in those glossy marketing photos. And I can definitely say that because I've lived in the area for nearly 15 years. Maybe you've wondered why some of those Lake Travis listings seem surprisingly affordable while others are sky high, or maybe why locals talk about the North and South Shore like they're completely different worlds. And here's the kicker that might surprise you. Living on opposite sides of a 19,000 acre lake will completely transform your daily commute and lifestyle. So stick around because I'm definitely about to explain that puzzle and a whole lot more. This isn't your everything is perfect video where I pretend each neighborhood is amazing. I'm giving you the real, unfiltered truth about what daily life actually looks like around Lake Travis, including the things nobody mentions. And quite frankly, most people don't know unless they've actually lived in the area as long as I have. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly whether Lake Travis deserves a spot on your short list or if you should pivot your search to an entirely different area. We're covering both the good and bad of Lake Travis living, but let me start with something that's crucial when it comes to your search, and that's understanding Lake Travis itself. Here's the reality. Lake Travis is a massive 19,000 acre reservoir stretching over 60 miles through the Texas Hill Country. But what many people don't realize is that there's a distinct North Shore and South Shore to Lake Travis, and this geography matters more than you think for your daily life. Here's where this gets really critical. If you live on the North Shore in areas like Lago, Vista, and Jonestown, your commute time to Austin is going to be significantly longer, nearly double, because there isn't a bridge that actually goes across the lake itself like many people would assume. You're looking at going up and around the entire lake, which adds substantial drive time. So many people get really excited when they start looking at homes online and see more affordable prices in and around the Lago Vista area on the north shore of the lake. The home values can be incredibly attractive, sometimes half the cost of comparable South Shore properties. But then you quickly realize that the geography has a challenge. Without that bridge connection, you're actually closer to an hour from downtown Austin instead of 30 or so minutes when you're located on the South Shore. So you can see this positioning creates two distinctly different Lake Travis experiences. The North Shore, including Lago Vista and Jonestown, offer incredible value, more land for your dollar, and quieter, more removed feel from Austin's hustle and bustle. These areas are perfect if you work remotely or don't need frequent Austin access and you like more of that remote lifestyle. You'll get those authentic small town Texas vibes while living on one of the state's most beautiful lakes when you're situated on the North Shore. The South Shore, including communities like Hudson Bend, Lakeway, and lesser known areas like Comanche Trail and others, can command higher prices because you're cutting that commute in half and you have many more commercial amenities at your fingertips. South Shore communities sit roughly 30 minutes from downtown Austin, depending on traffic, and about 35 to 45 minutes from Austin's International Airport. You're far enough to feel like you've escaped the city hustle, but close enough that Austin's job market, entertainment, and airport access remain completely manageable. So let's picture this for a minute. Morning hill country views over 19,000 acres of pristine water and sunsets that'll make you question why you ever lived anywhere else. Weekends mean spontaneous wake surfing trips, waterfront dining where you dock your boat and walk up to the restaurants, and lake access that actually feels like your private playground. So the kicker here is whether you choose the North or the South Shore, you'll always get this incredible lake lifestyle situated in the gorgeous Texas Hill Country. Before we tour the neighborhoods, which I'm really excited to show you, let's talk about where you'll actually be spending your time around Lake Travis, because the amenities here are a big part of what makes this area so special. And on the flip side, they can actually be a deterrent for many people. On the South Shore of the lake, you're going to find spots like the Hill Country Galleria and Bee Cave, which is a major draw. This is a large outdoor mixed-use destination with over 75 restaurants and shops anchored by stores like Dillard's, H&M, and Barnes & Noble. The outdoor pavilion hosts everything from theater performances to live music throughout the year, and you'll find farmers markets and all sorts of outdoor events each month. Around Lake Travis, you can plug into numerous city and state parks, along with various lake access points all throughout. All along the shoreline, you'll find multiple marinas with wet slips and dry stack options, and various boat clubs if you prefer not to actually own own a boat. There's also the famous Oasis restaurant, one of the largest outdoor dining venues in Texas, perched on a cliff overlooking the lake with legendary sunset views. But here's what makes Lake Travis truly special, and that's the water activities. We're talking about 19,000 acres of fantastic water, perfect for every imaginable water sport. Wake surfing, kayaking, paddleboarding, fishing, cliff diving at your local spots, the list goes on and on. After living in the Lake Travis area for nearly 15 years, my only complaint is that the restaurant and shopping offerings aren't yet what you're going to find in the heart of Austin proper. Austin has a fantastic food scene, which you can easily tap into if you're living near Lake Travis, but those more foodie spots have not yet made their way to the Lake Travis area. With that being said, there are plenty of local non-chain restaurants in the area that are still great spots. You'll just find yourself driving into Austin for those more special nights out. And while the Galleria is a great outdoor shopping hub, it doesn't have the higher end stores that you're going to find in areas like the Domain and parts of downtown Austin. Of course, as more residential and multifamily development continues in the area, especially west on Highway 71 towards Marble Falls, in the suburbs of North San Antonio, those things will quickly change. The area has already seen a ton of growth over the past decade. Before we dive into the neighborhoods of navigating the various options throughout the Lake Travis area and getting a better understanding of the area's unique geography, sounds like something you'd like to explore together, let's connect. My name is Aubrey Von Barron, and my team and I specialize in helping people relocate throughout the Lake Travis area and the greater Austin metro. But if you're not quite ready yet, be sure to download our resources below and head over to our website to keep an eye on the Austin market. But here's where neighborhood choice becomes critical, because where you choose to live around Lake Travis determines everything from your commute all the way to your daily lifestyle. Let's talk about some of the most popular neighborhoods across both shores, because understanding these differences is crucial for making the right choice. Now, starting with the South Shore, where Lakeway dominates as one of the largest areas. Lakeway offers an established community with Lake Travis Independent Schools and excellent proximity to both the lake and Austin. You'll find everything from golf course communities to waterfront homes with private boat docks. Lakeway is made up of an older original section and a newer section where you'll find more of the master plan neighborhoods with a ton of amenities all within the communities. I like to break this down by aesthetics and what's important to you in a home individually. If you're looking for homes with architectural variety between one another, perhaps you even appreciate older homes and you don't necessarily need or want a neighborhood pool or fitness center in your neighborhood through an HOA, then Old Lakeway might actually really be your style. With that being said, you can still find newer homes in Old Lakeway, but they're going to be custom or semi-custom builds scattered throughout. If you really like the newer master plan neighborhoods where homes look more similar to one another, you have an HOA that provides amenities, and you love the idea of having resort style amenities in your neighborhood, you might want to consider Rough Hollow, which is a standout master plan community within Lakeway that's become incredibly popular. Rough Hollow features a private yacht club, resort style pools, a fitness center, and a marina, all without ever leaving your actual neighborhood. Homes in Rough Hollow range from your more lock and leave condos all the way up to luxury waterfront estates and everything in between. There are plenty of resale homes available in Rough Hollow as well, but the opportunities for brand new construction are towards the tail end with several homes remaining. So be sure to reach out to us for an updated snapshot of everything that's available. If you're a golfer, you are also very much covered. You also have 4 golf courses from which to choose and all of the clubhouse amenities that come along with it. Those are situated within Old Lakeway and run through 2 gated neighborhoods, the Hills and Flint Rock Falls. These neighborhoods are nice established spots with a variety of home styles and great for anyone looking for neighborhoods with manned guard gates for extra privacy and security. Working our way north along 620, which is the major road that runs north and south along the lake, you have other spots like Hudson Bend and the Comanche Trails area. Hudson Bend is a unique spot with a variety of property types, both residential and commercial, and I'll explain why shortly. Near the entire perimeter of this pocket is waterfront on Lake Travis. Because of that geography, you'll find incredible variety, everything from manufactured homes to gorgeous multi-million-dollar waterfront properties. And on that note, there are some critical details about Hudson Bend that you'd probably never discover unless you watch this video, so I'm really glad you're here. Hudson Bend is located in the ETJ of Austin, which stands for the Extraterritorial Jurisdiction. What this means in plain English is that it falls outside of the city of Austin and Lakeway jurisdiction and has minimal restrictions in zoning. Now, some people absolutely love this freedom, while others prefer more structure. So it's definitely important to understand what this means for you. What people love about the ETJ status is the flexibility to use their property however they want. If you want to keep miniature horses in your front yard, that's absolutely no problem in Hudson Bend. But the flip side is that you'll see a very wide mix of properties and businesses throughout the area. RV parks, boat storage facilities, dog boarding operations, marinas, and residential homes all side by side. And speaking of marinas, Hudson Bend has several fantastic options from which to choose, including super casual restaurants where you can actually overlook the water and catch live music on any given weekday. From a shopping and services perspective, Hudson Bend is similar to other South Shore areas. You'll head either north towards North Austin or south back towards Lakeway, depending on which stores and restaurants you prefer. Either way, you're looking at about a 35-minute drive into downtown Austin from the Hudson Bend area. Next up, let's head about 10 minutes north on 620 to the Comanche area, one of the northernmost spots on the South Shore that flies under most people's radar because it's a relatively small pocket compared to other Lake Travis communities. Comanche's history goes back to the 1940s, but don't let that fool you. The area now features plenty of newer construction and even a couple of newer gated communities. Most homes here are tucked into the gorgeous hill country terrain, which means nearly every home comes with hill country views of some sort, and many have direct lake views as well. Distance-wise to downtown Austin, you're looking at roughly 30 minutes, which is actually much more convenient than many lake areas since you're positioned a little bit closer to 620 and the 2222 corridor that feeds directly into Austin. Unlike some of the master plan communities around Lake Travis, Comanche doesn't come with the typical neighborhood amenities like community pools or fitness centers, but you do have excellent waterfront parks nearby that are easily accessible for residents. One of those parks is Hippie Hollow Park, and before you get too excited about that name, I should probably mention that it's technically the only clothing optional park in the state of Texas. So yeah, that's a thing. I didn't realize it either until I moved here, but since that's probably not your scene, you'll want to go over to Bob Wentz Park nearby where you can enjoy the water and views in a more traditional park setting. From an amenity standpoint, you have the 4 Points Shopping Center just around the corner with an H-E-B grocery store, Target, Orange Theory, and plenty more options throughout. If you drive just 10 minutes north on 620, you'll find a ton of restaurants, including some good non-chain spots, plus a dine-in movie theater, and so much more. Now, here's the reality about pricing in Comanche. Since the majority of homes are either waterfront or feature significant hill country views, you're typically looking at price points in the millions. The homes are also a little bit larger, averaging around 4,000 square feet for the area, so you're definitely getting substantial space for your investment. Overall, Comanche is an eclectic Lake Travis pocket that delivers big views, hillside properties, and tons of architectural variety from one home to the next. If we hop over to the North Shore, Lago Vista is one of the largest communities in the area. The draws here are affordability, great lake access, and a genuine small town Texas feel while living on Lake Travis. Home prices here can also be significantly lower than the South Shore equivalent, sometimes 40 to 50% less for comparable square footage. You'll find everything from modest lake homes to impressive waterfront properties with private boat docks. Lago Vista offers excellent value for those wanting lake living and outdoor recreation without that ultra premium price tag. In Lago Vista, you'll find neighbors who've been there for decades, a tight-knit community feel, and homes that offer incredible bang for your buck. There is a trade-off here. That longer commute to Austin means this works best for remote workers or those who don't need or want regular city access. Now, Jonestown sits slightly closer to Austin than Lago Vista, shaving off about 15 minutes of commute time while still maintaining that more affordable North Shore bonus. It's a smaller, quieter community with charming local businesses and excellent lake access. Many residents here have found that sweet spot between value and convenience. But let's be honest, Lake Travis isn't perfect. So let's talk about the challenges that catch most new residents off guard. First, let's address the drive time reality. While South Shore communities offer reasonable Austin commutes, I'd say 30 minutes or so to downtown under ideal conditions, North Shore areas require a longer drive time around the lake. During rush hour, commutes from Lago Vista can stretch to an hour or more. Then there's the infrastructure reality. Largely due to the topography and when these areas were originally developed, there are no highways around Lake Travis whatsoever. All the main roads are 50 to 50 miles an hour with stoplights the entire way. This adds time to every trip, and as the area grows, traffic increases accordingly. The service accessibility factor varies by location. South Shore areas like Lakeway have several H-E-B grocery stores, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and the Hill Country Galleria, but North Shore communities have much more limited shopping and dining options. For specialty shopping or entertainment, you're likely driving into Cedar Park or Austin proper if you live on the North Shore. Lake ownership also comes with its own considerations. If you buy waterfront property, you're dealing with dock maintenance, fluctuating water levels since Lake Travis is a man-made reservoir, and additional hidden costs. During drought years, water levels can drop significantly, affecting dock access and water activities, so be sure to reach out to us so we can let you know which areas to place your focus. But consider the flip side. These challenges pale in comparison to the incredible lifestyle benefits that you're going to find living on Lake Travis. Living on one of Texas's most beautiful lakes with 19,000 acres of water recreation at your fingertips in a gorgeous hill country setting creates a quality of life that's super hard to match. Now for the big question everybody asks, which Lake Travis neighborhood and which shore matches my lifestyle and budget? If you're researching from out of state, you're probably finding conflicting information between these areas. And while each community works wonderfully for someone, probably not all of these neighborhoods will suit your specific needs. North Shore areas like Lago Vista and Jonestown offer the best value in terms of the sales prices themselves, perfect for remote workers or those prioritizing lake living over Austin proximity. South Shore communities like Lakeway, Rough Hollow, and Hudson Bend provide closer proximity to Austin, many more amenities and entertainment options, and elevated services. Here's the financial truth around Lake Travis. North Shore properties can cost 40 to 50% less than comparable South Shore homes, but you're often trading convenience for value. South Shore properties can offer faster resale potential and appreciation due to Austin proximity, but often require a significantly larger upfront investment. And again, this is definitely not a one-size-fits-all answer. It's often very much home specific. So be sure to connect with us for details and we'll ultimately help you find the right spot. On that note, specific neighborhood choice determines everything from your daily commute to your social circle to your home's long-term value and appreciation. Waterfront properties command premium prices on both shores, but offer completely different lifestyles and nuances. If you are seriously considering a move to the Lake Travis area or anywhere within the greater Austin metro, be sure to reach out to us so we can help you streamline the information and ultimately find the best neighborhood for you. So here's what typically unfolds several months after making Lake Travis your home base. Initially, everything feels almost surreal. You're learning optimal boat launch times, mastering lake navigation, and discovering which party coves to avoid on the lake. Then one random evening, you're relaxing on your patio with the lake stretching for miles, and the incredible spot where you now live all just hits. Lake Travis isn't flawless. No place is. Commutes require planning, especially when you're on the North Shore. Some things mean driving into downtown Austin. And yes, you'll probably start seriously considering buying a boat, but it becomes remarkably easy to love once you're established and actually experiencing this amazing lake lifestyle. So I'd love to know in the comments, which Lake Travis shore and neighborhood sound like the best fit for you? And again, if Lake Travis is calling your name and you're ready for next steps, please reach out. Whether you're planning a year in advance or ready to tour neighborhoods this weekend, we're here to help you line up the perfect community for your lifestyle. So be sure to reach out through the information below. Until next time.